Hope and trust that I have shown the way to millions and billions of youth around the world.
Wednesday, a day of positivity. Today's a really fucking busy day for me, so yeah. So yesterday I came across this really interesting concept that I think couldn't be more relevant to my life, as well as yours probably. And when I heard about this concept, a quote sprung to my mind that I've literally never thought about in such a long time. It came from the deepest recesses of my brain, and it was so powerful that I've actually made it my background on my phone this week. When you lose your excuses, you find your results. That's some real powerful shit. So let's talk about self-limiting beliefs. And while we're doing that, you just enjoy your sunspot. Now, self-limiting beliefs are basically beliefs that you have that are self-limiting. They're excuses and boundaries that you put in place for yourself for some unknown reason that really limit how much better you can become as a runner and as a person and in life in general, basically. And the last couple of months, I've really been dealing with these things that get stuck in your brain that limit you. Like, I'm never gonna get back to running. My body's so weak, my body's so fragile. I'm never gonna get fit again. I'm never gonna be able to get back to running really fast 5Ks. You know, all this stuff, it just gets cemented in your brain as like this new reality that you have to live under. It sucks. Oh, these things suck. Let me think of another example that might make you think that I'm like in your brain somehow. I'll never run a sub 3-hour marathon. I'll never run a sub 4-hour marathon. I'll never be able to run a marathon. That get any of you? You got me. So if that is you, let's figure out together how we're gonna solve these mind viruses.
Was thinking that if you run under 2 hours, you will die. What cannot kill you makes you stronger. The only thing which can push you is to believe in yourself and believe in what you are doing. I believe.
But the thing is like, everyone has to go through this period where you have these self-limiting beliefs. Because at the end of the day, self-limiting beliefs are just boxes that you put around yourself and then you put the lid on so you're in the dark, basically. Like me today, right? I've made a promise with myself that I'm gonna try and make YouTube videos every single day of the week for as long as I can. It's like a baptism of fire. And when I woke up this morning, I realized that I had my tax appointment to do this morning, which takes hours to sort out, and I didn't sort it out. And I have another doctor's appointment to do to get a blood test, and I have a whole day of work. And that self-limiting belief was like, Connor, you don't have enough time to make a video today. And yeah, I probably don't if I just sat around and did nothing about it. Don't box yourself in. Self-limiting beliefs really are just boxes that you place around yourself. Excuses as to why you can't do something. And excuses that you might have completely internalized and don't even know exist anymore. You're in the dark, feeling like nothing or nobody can help you escape from whatever issue you have. So what I did was I got the hell up at 5 a.m. and I made time because I was not getting boxed in to failing a promise that I promised to myself. A promise that I promised to myself, yes. These self-limiting beliefs don't exist. They are just a manifestation of your excuses, and the only way that you're gonna actually achieve them is if you drop those excuses and get to fucking work. Like they're not really true. Do you actually not have time to go running, or are you just not making the time? Do you think that you're never gonna come back from injury and you're never gonna be able to run freely again? Or are you avoiding all the things that are gonna get you back to being injury-free, like strength and conditioning, rehab, patience, all those things? Are you never gonna be able to run sub 20 in the 5K, or sub 40 in the 10K, or sub 90 in the half marathon, or sub 3 in the marathon? That's like the holy grail of marathon goals, right? Are you just physically incapable of doing it? Or have you just not put in enough time and enough patience and enough consistency over time to actually make it happen? Oh shit. Here's a controversial opinion. Everyone should be able to run a sub 3-hour marathon if you just put in enough time and enough dedication and you drop all of your excuses. That is a fact. Look at this kangaroo. Kangaroo, come back. Come back. Kangaroo, what can you tell us about self-limiting beliefs? Excuse me. See, one thing that you might not know about kangaroos is they actually make themselves little dens like this. They're basically the beaver of Australia. If there's one thing that I learned from Eliud Kipchoge is that he proved to himself that he could do anything that he put his mind to. He ran that Ineos 159 project and he failed, but he didn't see it as a failure. He saw it as a success because then he knew that his goal was possible and he had no more excuses. He was ready to go. How cool is that? Anyways, here's another one. I'm too old to run, or I'm too old to run as hard as I could before. That's another self-limiting belief. How would you possibly know that? How many people have you seen on the internet that have been chasing the exact same marathon time for like 7 years straight to finally get it when they're the oldest and least likely to get it? Do you think they had self-limiting beliefs, or do you think they just turned up every day and got it done? Basically, the guy that I'm talking about is from Sweat Elite, Matt Fox, another Australian. Yes! Finally!
Oh, dude.
He attempted to run sub 2 hours and 20 for the marathon, like so many years in a row, and completely plateaued, and he never gave up. He just found different things to try out to get himself through that plateau. That is so cool. Like when I hear stories like that of people just not giving a shit about what's happened in the past and just fully sending towards their goal and never giving up, it just makes me so motivated. So motivated. Like that story itself just shows that there's no such thing as self-limiting things that actually do limit you. There are just options that you've not fully explored to try and achieve your goal. It's just that simple. What I'm gonna be doing is identifying these self-limiting beliefs and writing them in my phone. I've already actually done it this morning. And then I'm gonna take action on them immediately and completely cut them out of my life. But all you have to do is identify those things, throw them in the bin, and continue on, and never doubt yourself, because anything is possible with enough time and enough patience and enough consistency. And remember, when you lose your excuses, you find your results. See you guys tomorrow.